Thank you so much for joining us here. This is a video about the UCLA School of Law's Master of Legal Studies program, specifically the full-time program. As we've talked about, we have one program here, the Master of Legal Studies program, but there are two options to complete it. This video is focusing on the full-time program. So we have here 3 of our students who are in the full-time program, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it right over to Penny. Penny, can you tell us a little bit about your education and work history and what specialization you're in the program?
Sure. So I am a journalist, and I have been a journalist for close to 30 years, maybe over 30 years. And I started off, obviously, many years ago. I went to UCLA as an undergrad, and my major was communication studies. And I was the editor-in-chief of the UCLA Daily Bruin, which kicked off my career. And all these years later, I decided to go back to school.
Outstanding. And you were able to take some time off work to do this full-time program?
I did. I put in for a leave of absence, and my newspaper group said, okay. I am the city editor of 3 local newspapers in the greater Los Angeles area, and I feel really fortunate to have this time.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Miranda.
I am Miranda. I'm a recent graduate from UCLA. I studied history with a minor in film, and as a recent grad, I had some experience in the entertainment field, both with internships and with some full-time experience. So I thought it was the perfect place for me to specialize in entertainment and media law.
Thank you, Sophia.
So I got my undergrad at the University of Colorado in Boulder in international affairs, and since then I've had a couple of different careers in different industries like marketing, entrepreneurship, and most recently I was in AmeriCorps Vista, and that focused on economic development. And so I wanted to be in this program to get some more foundation for community development and economic development.
Outstanding. So going back to you, Penny. So when you were considering doing this program, what were some of the factors that you considered when choosing the full-time program specifically?
I have always wanted to get a master's. It's been a long time goal of mine. And so when I finally chose this program, I weighed it back and forth. Should I keep a toe in the work world? Should I go for it? And I just decided to jump right in and do it full time. I'm so grateful for that decision because it's a different experience, and I can fully embrace being a student again, which is what I wanted. In terms of just deciding, I don't know how I could have pulled it off running 3 newspapers and doing it part-time. I like to focus. I know people like to multitask. I'm pretty good at multitasking, but I don't think I'm that good at multitasking. So I'm really grateful for being able to focus.
So Miranda, what factors did you consider when pursuing the Master of Legal Studies program and UCLA Law specifically?
I was at the point in my career when I started working with a lot more contracts and communicating with internal legal teams and external attorneys in the entertainment field. And I really thought that this would be the perfect opportunity for me to learn a little bit more about the other side and engage more with the law, and not necessarily to become a lawyer, but definitely to think like one. And for your second question, why I chose UCLA Law, it's very convenient for me being in LA, but also because I have roots at UCLA as an undergrad as well.
Absolutely. So Sophia, the same question to you. So what factors helped you determine to do a Master of Legal Studies program, and then also at UCLA Law?
Yeah, Masters of Legal Studies seemed just a little bit more attainable than a Juris Doctor. mostly because I wasn't sure if I wanted to commit to a law degree per se. So a Master of Legal Studies was a really great way to just get that foundation while also pursuing another industry, but just having that legal background. And I chose UCLA for the location, the types of courses offered, definitely the faculty I'd be working with, and also a lot of the opportunities that UCLA promotes and offers. I looked at a few different programs, but UCLA was always my top choice.
Outstanding, thanks. So you all are currently now students inside the Master of Legal Studies program. So what course or courses most excited you, or are you most excited about now doing in the Master of Legal Studies program? So let's go ahead and start with you, Penny.
Thank you. So I am specializing in public interest law because I feel that variety and combination of classes will really bolster my reporting, my reporter's reporting. There are so many great topics that we cover, everything from municipal law and education law and food law and discrimination and immigration. It's hard to choose, but right now I'm in an environmental law class that I love. So that's my favorite right now, definitely.
Absolutely. So Miranda.
There are two courses that I'm really excited about this fall or this semester, and it's private law and entertainment law. I think those two really mesh well together. Professor Koropkin's going to get to contracts in a couple of weeks, which I'm really excited about. And with entertainment law, I mean, the professor covers pretty much everything from film to TV to music, and understanding really the core of what goes into that is really what I'm most passionate about.
Great. Sophia.
Yeah, I'm also in the public interest concentration. And right now, my favorite class is disability law. My second favorite is healthcare law, or health law and health law and policy. Disability law it's so broad, and it's affecting people not only in the past, but also now. And it's just amazing to get that analysis and just see the real time effects of that going on now. And it's really important for me, looking at potentially urban planning and policy making and whatnot. Disability law is a huge factor in that. And my professors are awesome.
Outstanding. So next question is, starting with you, Penny, what do you enjoy the most about just the academic environment generally at UCLA Law? And also, how would you describe your experience and interaction so far with the professors at the law school?
So my favorite aspect is just feel like sitting at their feet and listening to them. They're so bright, they're so engaging, they're so challenging. I love it. I love it so much. So I really just appreciate the access to them. They've been so open about their office hours and saying, just come on, let's just talk and get to know each other. You don't have to have a question per se. Their availability. And even in my one environmental class, we had a special guest speaker, and it was this key attorney for the Center for Biological Diversity. And she was the main attorney that got the polar bear listed as a threatened species. And it was amazing because we have that access.
Miranda.
I think that the professors are really engaging with us in class. I never really had experience working with the Socratic method before. So that's definitely a new aspect of learning that I'm still trying to get accustomed to, but I think it really helps me interact with the reading materials a lot more. The fact that they have open office hours that you can go and talk to them about whatever subject you want, or if you want some career advice, they're always there, and they're very willing and happy to help.
Sophia.
Yeah, I would say that the diversity is one of the biggest things, or the main thing that I really enjoy about the environment here. especially within my MLS classes. It's, people from all walks of life and different backgrounds, and the way that everybody can think differently and have a new perspective. And then my interactions with my professors, they're really welcoming and engaging, similar to what Penny had said. I don't feel intimidated by my professors. They're more like mentors, and it's very discussion based. So it's a really great experience.
So what is your impression so far of all of the your fellow classmates? So the other MLS students and JD students that you might be in classes with. What are your thoughts on that environment with them? Starting with you, Penny.
Well, what I love about the MLS students, my fellow cohorts, is just the variety of backgrounds that they bring to the program. So obviously I am a journalist, as I said earlier, and there's just a few of us, but then there's a whole group of people in the entertainment industry. There are business side people making deals. There are human resource specialists, and they all bring a different thought process, and they'll say something. I'm like, oh yeah, because I think that I know everything because I'm a journalist, and I do not. And I really love feeding off of each other like we do. And then the JD students are great. I joined a student group on campus, and they're young and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they're fun, and they're really smart. And I love how they speak, and being out of academia for so long, I'm really just impressed with them.
Miranda.
I think both having MLS students and JD students in the classroom is very it can be both challenging, but it's also a good challenge in the sense that it makes you think about things in two different ways. You have the MLS students who are they're specializing in different things, just like the JD students, but they may have some more work experience under their belt. And with the JD students that are trying to become lawyers, you can really learn from their experiences as well. For MLS in particular, we're a pretty tight-knit group of individuals. We come from all walks of life, but at the end of the day, we have that one goal of getting to know each other and really thinking like a lawyer.
All right, Sophia.
Yeah, I am very impressed with my fellow MLS peers. Just the diversity and their backgrounds, their educational as well as professional backgrounds are outstanding. And same, we're a really good community and really great people, very supportive of each other and learning. And for JD students, my JD peers, they help with a lot of the technical knowledge that I might need as a brand new law student. So that's extremely helpful, and they're very welcoming, even though I'm an MLS and they're JD. They're very helpful.
Outstanding. So the next question is, to date, what has been the highlight of your experience at UCLA in this program? So starting with you, Penny.
I really feel that the highlight is access to all these bright minds, whether they're the professors, whether my fellow cohorts, whether they are the JD students, whether it's the staff at the MLS office. Everyone is so excited to be here and on this journey, and it's not fluff. Like what we're doing, we really do have a mission to understand complexities and do some deep thinking. And I really can't pick one because I like it all.
Absolutely. So Miranda.
I think that the biggest highlight for me is was doing that crash course with Professor Rich for orientation. That really was kind of like boot camp, getting your your hands dirty into what it means to brief a case and to really interpret the law the way that lawyers do. And aside from that, it was a great preparation for the core curriculum classes as well as the specialization classes as well.
Outstanding. Sophia.
Yeah, for the public interest concentration, we had an alumni actually reach out to us and had a little coffee hour with him. And that would be my highlight. He was very knowledgeable and was just giving everybody resources depending on what their interests were. And just feeling that kind of support from somebody who is very engaged in the public interest legal field was amazing.
All right. So the next question I'm going to ask, if you had to summarize your experience in the program so far in 3 words, how would you summarize the program? So starting with you, Penny.
Definitely challenging, definitely stimulating, and definitely fun. But I have a weird sense of fun, I guess, but it's so fun.
Absolutely. So, okay, Miranda.
I would say the MLS program in 3 words: challenging, engaging, and like Penny, it's definitely fun.
All right, Sophia.
I would also say challenging, empowering, and eye-opening.
All right, very good. So the next question is going to be, in what ways do you think that this program will advance your career? And so what do you hope to achieve with this program under your belt? So starting with you, Penny.
Well, I have 2 underlying goals. One of them has nothing to do with me and more just to do with the journalism that my team produces. So I really want to be able to encourage my writers to go deeper, to write more nuanced stories, to go beyond what PR people tell them, ask harder questions. And so I'm really hoping that better journalism results from my experiences here. And I even hate thinking selfishly, but yeah, I want to climb the ladder even more. I'm middle management, and I would like to be in a position high enough to make some really important decisions that will help bolster my industry. It's kind of not the greatest time in the world for journalism, and so I am looking to kind of push it into its next phase, which hopefully will be a lot brighter than its current phase.
All right, Miranda. I'm hoping to combine my skills and experiences from the MLS program to really just, throw me back into the entertainment field. This whole year is definitely, it's making me more engaged in the legal aspects that I think are really going to propel me into a career which I'm hoping that I can have a leadership position in.
Absolutely. And finally, Sophia.
I am hoping that this degree program will advance my career in a lot of different ways. Firstly, just thinking critically and being able to just think in that kind of critical mindset, and the alumni support and connections that come from the program, and as well as all the other opportunities. And then also having a legal degree will be very attractive for, if it's between me who has a MLS and an undergrad versus somebody who just has an undergrad, that'll be extremely helpful in moving forward. And then just the doors that it'll open as well.
Outstanding. So a lot of people who are watching this video right now are prospective students who are considering this full-time program that you all are in the Master of Legal Studies program. So what tips or advice would you have to them in their process of considering if they're going to undertake this program? Starting with you, Penny.
I would just ask them to think deeply about what they want to get out of a master's program. There are definitely master's programs I could have pursued that were a lot easier, that pretty much guaranteed the degree, and this is sinking myself and stretching myself and growing and learning. And if that's what they're looking for, then this is the place for that growth. It's not going to be easy, but it may be one of the best things that they do. I think it's one of the best things I've done.
Miranda.
What I would say to prospective students is definitely be prepared for a challenge, but be open-minded, and just remember that, you know, this degree is really going to help you in your career, and what you learn here, as opposed to, you know, just your grades, is really fruitful for your future.
All right, and finally, Sophia.
Yeah, I would say in terms of applying, don't be afraid to apply, even if you don't think that you are the most qualified candidate based on grades or even professional background. It's really about who you are as a whole package and who you want to become. UCLA looks for passion and values and how you're going to use your degree. And I would also advise to really love puzzles and logic because there's a lot of that. And I would advise to not work full-time if you can help it. If you're going to do full-time, I would advise to throw yourself 100% in, and it's worth it.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much, all of you, for taking the time today to talk a little bit to our prospective students about this program. It's greatly appreciated, and I hope that it was helpful. So thank you so much.